Persons with disabilities have the right to inclusive education, but after school, what happens? This is an area of growing concern, and the need to break down barriers to foster inclusion in the workplace is paramount. In Grenada, there are a few companies opening their doors to persons with disabilities. One such company is Jonas Brown and Hubbard Grenada Limited. Do you have anybody on staff who has a disability?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say disability per se. They have challenges.
Okay.
But I mean, in no wise we exclude them. They're very capable, very has great abilities, and Jamal Wells is one of them, and we're really impressed with him. I mean, when he came in, it was a challenge for him. However, he has overcome that now because, I mean, he wasn't aware of exactly what was expected of him, how he's supposed to operate himself. But right now, I mean, the customers love him, the staff love him. I mean, it's commendable to see where he came from.
And how long has Hubbard's been involved with the Grenada School for Special Education project?
It's quite a while, but based on my knowledge, I've only been with the company 5 years now. So from then, so it was about 4 years ago, thereabout. He came on training, was it training? Yes. And then thereafter that, then we saw it fit to employ him about a year after. Yes, he came and he was showed interest, so we had employed him because he performed very well. He was in the different areas. He was in a packing room. That's where they normally package vegetables, all these things, and he was in the different areas, and he really stand out, and he identified interest in working with the company, so we employed him, and it wasn't a regret.
Okay, and where does he work specifically now?
Now he is one of our notable rappers. He's one of our notable rappers. He normally do very well, customer service on point, and the customers, as I said before, they love him. They love him. Usually he'll have the staff cracking up. He normally busts a little joke sometimes, yeah. He's that sort of person. So I'm just encouraging other business places to do not exclude those persons. They have the challenges, but they are well-rounded. They are well able and capable of doing certain things that we don't think sometimes they are capable of.
Why? Do you have any idea as to why Hubbard's is doing this? Like as a company-wide,
From my standpoint, I think, I mean, as I said, we don't want to exclude anybody because we normally say, we stigmatize people and say, you can't handle this, but give them the opportunity, and then you will see the actual fruits coming out. And I think that is the reason why we endorse, do that.
And so, does he come on time? Do you have any problems with him?
As he releases the time, always on time. Always on time. If he is not going to be on time, he don't normally call sometimes. His sister normally calls and say, Mr. James, Jamal wouldn't be able to make it, or he will be late this morning. Rarely.
When we visited the Food Fair Grand Dance, 23-year-old Jamal Wells demonstrated extreme professionalism while packing the groceries of Grenada's Governor General. So how long have you been working at Food Fair Grand Dance?
It's been 3 to 4 years now for the company.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's beneficial for me, so not a problem.
What do you do?
As a rapper, I rap for customers.
What do you like about your job?
Well, the everyday, to me, is the everyday doing it. I got something doing, you got money coming in, so it's just like a benefit that, you're getting something on another day.
And what do you do for fun?
I got business. Mom, father got business. I got a shop. I got a boss. I'm like, oh, his father was there on my own, but it isn't father wants to be saying my video. I do operate business. I'm a businessman.
You're a businessman? What would you say to different businesses about hiring people like yourself?
That's it. To me, it's like you watch people, but you look at people, but at the end of the day, do not judge nobody by the book. If you don't know what somebody can do, that's all I say. At the end of the day, never watch somebody that had disability or people who look like they can't do nothing. At the end of the day, you want to put your mind to the end of the day. If you get up and you say they're doing this, you just say do it at the end of the day.
The Grenada School for Special Education in Grandance has been preparing the students for the world of work. Gerald George teaches a 2-year computer course at the school, which he started in September 2024.
It's an opportunity to give. It's an opportunity for the students to learn not just academics, but to learn how to function in real life, everyday life. So what we're doing here is like in a particular time we want to give them the exposure to go out there to do job training in probably one of the electronic stores, however, whoever it is going to accommodate us in that fashion. Then we will look to give them an opportunity to get an experience as to see what it's like out there. Because we believe that when they live here, I believe that they should be able to hold an end on their own.
Imani Latouche of Latouche Appliance Repairs and Electrical Services is a person with a disability who visits the Grenada School for Special Education on a weekly basis to impart his knowledge about electrical repairs to the older students. What service are you providing here at the Grenada School for Special Education in Alliance?
I'm teaching a bit of electronics as to how to repair electronics.
And how long have you been doing this?
It's going to be about 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Why?
I thought it best to not only to pass on the knowledge, but to at least assist the less fortunate students, if I should use that word. Because people normally see these students as, you may not be able to do this or you won't be able to do that. Finding jobs is going to be difficult for them. So I thought it best to try to get in touch with the ministry, see how best I could have passed on the knowledge, which it worked out well. I was successful. I decided, okay, fine, we do this.
And okay, so what has been the response from the students and parents about you being here?
It has worked out well for one student so far.
Okay.
Right. For that particular student, yeah, it has worked out well. Actually, the last thing the parent even told me is that he actually repaired something within the house. When she called me and told me about it, she said the appliance was even on. I was like, yeah, right, it worked out good. It's a matter of one knowing the safety precaution measures. You taking that safety precaution measures while doing what needs to be done.
So your desire to do this, has it anything to do with the fact that you know how people would have looked at you and feel that you're not able to do anything, so you're passing on that knowledge so that you can help people to be able to help themselves?
Yeah, that was basically my drive to want to do, to pass on the knowledge. Because I know what I've been through in the past. So I thought it best, after careful consideration, to try to pass on knowledge as best as I can.
So this is about, inclusivity in the workplace.
Right.
So tell me your thoughts about including persons with disabilities in the workplace.
I really don't see a problem why companies would want to block persons out from doing the job. Once they have shown the level of ability that you're willing to learn it, you are capable of getting the job done, I really can't see a problem why it should not be. Why you should be left out because of how you are, that sort of a thing. I don't see a problem with that.
Xavier Hippolyte is one of the students excelling in the electrical course taught by Latouche. Would you say you have learned a lot from Mr. Latouche?
Yes.
What did you learn from him?
Well, I learned how to fix electrical appliance, and I learned how to test out any, outlets to see if they are working or if they passing electricity in them. I test like a lot of wires to see if they have electricity in them or if they fully have a lot of electricity passing through them.
So you want to do this for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Dana Williams has a master's degree in information systems management but functions as a legal secretary for Danny Williams Law and Company. Williams was born a paraplegic and does not have a normal gait when she walks. Despite that, she has acquired higher education and is qualified. However, she has not been able to find employment in her field in Grenada. Williams recounts an unfortunate experience when she attended a job interview a few years ago.
One incident sticks with me to this day, even though it's been a couple of years now. So after I did my master's, I came back home and was working in the law office, but I wanted to work in my field of study, working to repair computers or troubleshoot systems. That's always what I wanted to do. So I'm not going to name the establishment, but I applied for this job online here, and I passed the online questioning. So they called me in for an interview, and we had to do a computer test, a written computer test. And when we were finished, the guy who administered the test told me I passed with nothing wrong. So just wait for the HR director to come speak to me. So I went back outside and I sat. And do you know, I was sitting there for hours and hours, and everybody kept walking. There was one other person that did the exam with me. She came out the room like I did. She went to see the HR person before I did, and then she didn't go out. She didn't immediately leave. They took her back. So I'm waiting for my turn, and I'm sitting down there, and she eventually leaves and goes on her way, and I'm still sitting down there. So I was probably sitting down there for a good 4 hours, just waiting. Like nobody's coming to tell me anything. People are going about their business, and I keep asking the receptionist, well, what's going on? Why am I? And I'm getting very nervous because the person that gave us the written test told me that I passed with flying colors. So why am I still sitting there? Nobody's telling me anything. And eventually, after having me sit there for 4 hours, even maybe more, they call me in only to tell me, well, you passed, but we're not giving you the job because you don't walk like everybody else. And our job requires you to crawl under desk. So I looked at the lady and I started to cry because I'm sitting there for 4 hours, nobody told me anything. I'm sitting there, if somebody came up and said, well, sorry, we don't think the job is suited, I would not have still been sitting down there for 4 hours. So then she looks at me and she goes, why are you crying? I said, Miss, you had me sitting down there for 4 hours. You're not even going to let me try to see whether or not I can do what is required. You're just sending me away. I'm qualified, but you're just sending me away because I don't walk like everybody else. And that experience, as I said, stayed with me to this day, and it's been years now.
Williams expresses frustration and believes she might have to leave Grenada to find employment. How does that make you feel that you're not literally doing what you trained for?
It's sad, and I wish that I did not feel and know that if I wanted to work in my field of study, I would have to leave Grenada, which is something I don't want to do because I like where I am. I like Grenada, but to work in my field, I might have to go elsewhere. Why should that be the case?
What would you say to employers about hiring people like yourself, making room for you?
I would say that before you judge whether or not somebody could actually do what the job requires, let them try. Give them a trial period, the same way as how an able-bodied person would have a trial period, a month or a couple weeks. Give that same opportunity to somebody with a disability, because you never know. Just because they have a disability does not mean that they cannot do what you require.
At a recent high-level forum on disability organized by the government of Grenada, making room for and including persons with disabilities in the workplace was discussed. However, a significant shift regarding the attitude by the wider community towards persons with disabilities alongside legislation must occur for there to be genuine inclusion in society. Sarana Mitchell reporting.